Hello everyone, my name is Benit, and I'd like to personally thank you all for joining us at this memorial service for the passing of my father. Cyprien, my father, was many things to many people. He was a co-worker, he was a father to my siblings and I, he was a son to his grandparents, an uncle, a friend. But one thing that he was to all of us was a role model. My father liked to lead by example, and he liked to practice what he would preach. And one thing that he would preach was love. Throughout everything that he did it all out of love for the people around him. He was one of the most selfless people that I knew and that I'll ever know. He had impacted so many lives of so many people around him, and he did it all without seeking any benefit. One thing that I'll never forget that he taught me was that I'm not in this world just for my own personal gain, but I'm here to make the lives of the others around me just as good. And that's one thing that I'll take until the day I die. I'd like to tell you guys a story. Back in 8th grade, I remember I was at home sitting in the living room with my dad. And he repeated one of his many lessons to me again. He said, "Do not fear change, but seize the opportunity that it brings." And honestly, that's one lesson that I'll never forget. Although he probably did not see this coming, he knew that the lives of his kids would be filled with changes. And he would want us to take opportunities that may come from these changes for the benefit of each other and for the benefit of those around us. But that was just one of the many lessons that he taught us as we were growing up. And looking back on it now, those lessons have equipped me and my siblings for our futures. And that's just one example of how he loved all of us. And I'm sure many other people have many other stories from my dad and many other experiences with him. And I would just like to say that he would love what we were doing here. And again, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us. Thank you.
Family and friends from all over the world, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Dorian and Cyprien was my father. He was my best friend, he was my greatest motivator, and he was the most reliable person that I've ever met. There's so many things that I want to share with you all today about my dad, funny stories about the man that he was, but there's only one lesson that above all I wanted to share with you all. And that lesson was not to live your life in fear and not to let fear control you. I think a great example of this happened when I was 11 years old. I was in the 6th grade and I had foolishly signed up for rugby, and I said, you know what, I'm too scared. I said, "Dad, I left my stuff at home. I'm not gonna play my first game today." He said, "Okay, give me 15 minutes. So of course I wait 15 minutes. I didn't know what was gonna happen. And he shows up with a bag from Nairobi Sports House with all my gear in it. And he says, "Go out there and play." I looked at him, I was like, this man is crazy. Like, surely he does not want to lose a son today, you know? And he said, "No, go out and play." And I went out and played, and I had a great time. I was still crushed, but I had a great time. And the lesson he was teaching me there was not to let the fear of getting hurt or the fear of failure stop me from going out there and trying my best. And that's what I want you all to do today. Go out there. Never let the fear of failure or the fear of the person that you are today stopping you from being the person that you want to be tomorrow. I encourage you all to be great. Push for greatness. Strive for greatness. Be excellent in everything that you do. Try your best. That's the single greatest way to keep my father's memory alive up here and also over here. Thank you all. God bless you.